do you ever find yourself just trying to stay busy, trying to keep working, trying to stay strong and positive, just so that you numb the pain away? Just so that you don't have to face your emotions. Just so you don't have to talk about it. Just so you don't have to face it and feel those emotions. Hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? Dominika coming to you live on Facebook once again. Today we have Truth Talk Thursday, and I have a very special and very deep topic to share with you guys today, and I feel like a lot of people will find it really helpful. So if you are joining me live, say hello in the comments. If you are watching me on a replay, give me a replay in the comments. Why not? I am so excited for you to be here. And before I get started, I just wanted to mention, if you are brand new here and you have never watched me live, I started doing a weekly series of live streams where each day of the week, Monday to Friday, I go live here on Facebook and I share different topics around mindset, business, overcoming traumas, how to build passive income and stuff like that. So it's coaching for free, basically. I'm coaching you for free. So I would love for you to mark your calendar if you can. Every day, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. UK time, I come live here on Facebook. You can convert it to your own, time zone and join me live. And if you cannot join me live, you can watch the replay. They will be available for a limited amount of time. Although I think I am going to start uploading all of them onto my YouTube channel so that people can find it easier, because on Facebook sometimes things can get lost. So I feel like maybe uploading it to YouTube will be a great idea so that more people can watch it. But mark your calendar so that you can watch it, so that you can, come back for more and then learn from me completely free. So if you are joining me, say hello in the comments. You are so welcome here. I'm so glad you are here. And today I have a special topic, which is you can't heal what you keep hiding from. You can't heal what you keep hiding from. And why do I feel this topic is important? This topic is really important because so many people suppress their emotions. So many people go through depression, anxiety, and hurt. And instead of going and healing from it, we tend to suppress it. We tend to suppress it, and this just gets buried away. But then eventually it comes back up and it creates chaos and it creates worse feelings, and oftentimes even can lead to suicide. This is how deep today's topic is. So it's not maybe something that you would expect to hear from me today, but I feel like there definitely are people here on my Facebook, all around the world, that want to hear this, that need to hear this, because this is a topic that not many people talk about. So, do you ever find yourself just trying to stay busy, trying to keep working, trying to stay strong and positive, just so that you numb the pain away? Just so that you don't have to face your emotions. Just so you don't have to talk about it. Just so you don't have to face it and feel those emotions. Instead of facing the emotion that you're going through, it might be hurt, anxiety, depression, trauma, resentment, bitterness. There might be loads of emotions you are experiencing. And oftentimes, instead of facing those emotions, we tend to try to bury them away and do something else with our time. So for example, you might be a person that just works all the time. Just works all the time nonstop so that you don't feel anything. Or you might be a person who just goes for entertainment to numb the pain. So you watch series, you watch TV, you scroll on TikTok, you scroll on YouTube, you watch videos. You might be a person that goes to a pub and you try to numb your pain away with alcohol or drugs instead of facing the reality. And let me tell you this, I understand where you're coming from. And I understand how difficult it is. And we all have something, some kind of escape, some kind of coping mechanism in order to help us in a way to forget about what we are going through. And oftentimes, majority of the times, this is actually the worst thing you can do for yourself. If all you do is just escape, you try to have a quick dopamine hit, instead of facing what really hurts you, then all you are going to experience is worse feelings of hurt, which can eventually lead to some really, really bad outcomes. Really, really bad outcomes. And I know that it can be difficult because in today's world, there is this weird concept of, this triggers me. Let's not talk about it because this triggers me. But the thing is, if something triggers you, this is your sign. It's like an alarm to show you that this needs to be looked at, that this needs to be, talked about, just, it's a sign for this to come out so that you can explore where these emotions are coming from. It's an opportunity for you to realize, okay, there really is something up and I gotta go and dig further so that I can explore where this is coming from. And if you know where this is coming from, how you can get out of that place. Because there is always a way to get out of this place. So let me tell you a very vulnerable story about myself, just to give you an example of what suppressed emotions can do to you. So many of you already know this story. But when I was about maybe 16 or 17, I was sexually assaulted by my dad. And this was so hurtful and so painful. And instead of going to get help, I went and got help the way I thought that it's suitable. Instead of facing it, talking about it, I tried to bury it. So instead of going and getting actual help, talking about it, seeing, how I can get out of that position, I started smoking weed. I started partying a little bit more because I thought that this is gonna help me cope. Because of the fact that I didn't want my family to look bad at my dad, to have a bad, perspective on my dad, I didn't even tell anybody that it happened. I just told, my mom knew, one of my sisters, and that was about it. Nobody else knew. And because of that, I always had to put on this strong face, or I thought that I have to put on a very strong face all the time to show everybody that I am strong, to show everybody that I am capable, to show everybody that everything is okay. Because life must go on. Life must just go on, even though you're going through something difficult, right? So what I did was, I put my head down into books, and I was the best student in the class. Best student in the class. And you know what else was the best part of all of this? My dad ended up being in prison as well afterwards. And that was whenever I was studying for my Leaving Cert. For those of you in Ireland, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are not in Ireland, this is basically the last year of secondary school. Like a sixth year of secondary school, when you're already, finishing up your secondary school so that you can go and study something in college. That's kind of how we have the system here in Ireland. So I was studying for, that year, a big year that would determine all of my future, right? So even though I was going through something so difficult, and I used to visit my dad in prison, and he didn't get to prison because of what happened to me. It was because of business and stuff like that. But I used to visit him almost every weekend in prison, and I would go and visit him in prison, you know, on Saturday or Sunday. And then on Monday I would go to school. And in the school, I would pretend that everything was fine. I would pretend that I am strong, that I am capable, that I still keep up my grades. And even that year, when I was going through so much trauma, I still ended up being the best student in class. And because I didn't misbehave, and because I wasn't, you know, loud and, you know, causing problems in school, people wouldn't think that anything was wrong with me. Because all I did was suppress my emotions. All I did was just I tried to cope with it myself. And eventually it got to the point that I used to smoke weed like literally every single day. And I would forget what happened the day before. Like, I wouldn't be able to remember what I had for dinner the day before. It was mad. Like, I could not remember. Because I was going through so much trauma, because I was suppressing all of my feelings, because nobody understood what I was going through. And I tried doing it all by myself. And because I was smoking weed all the time, thinking that this is gonna help me, because I mean, it was a good dopamine hit for a moment, but in reality, it was destroying me, my brain, my mind, and my soul at the same time. So there was one night that I actually prayed to God, and I asked him, like, God, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. Is smoking weed okay? Because there are people who say that smoking weed is fine. Because, you know, God gave us all plants. So, like, is it okay for me to smoke it or no? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's destroying me. God, can you reveal to me? Like, if I'm supposed to stop smoking, take it away from me. And at that point, I was addicted, smoking every single day. Plenty amounts, okay? But I prayed to God, I said, God, if I'm not supposed to do that anymore, if this is not from you, take it away. And the next day I woke up and I could not stand the smell of weed. And by the way, I was a very happy smoker. I loved it. All of a sudden, after that night, I could not stand the smell of weed. I could not stand it. So I dropped it. I dropped weed just like that. And I didn't smoke anymore. Because obviously, why? It wasn't from God. It was just a substance that I was using to cope. And so what happened after? Even though I wasn't smoking anymore, I was using different ways to cope. I would go to porn. I would go, you know, like drinking. I would watch TV. Like, I would do anything just to not think about my feelings. Just to not think about what I'm going through at the moment. Because if I try talking to anybody, I felt like they will not listen to me. I felt like they will never understand. And I felt like they will judge me for what happened to me. I felt like they will judge me. I was so afraid of being judged. I was so afraid to shame my family name. I was so afraid of sharing what happened to me as if I was the problem. As if I was the problem. And you know what it led to? I became so hateful. I became so hateful that I hated myself and I hated everybody around me. Because I felt like nobody knows what I'm going through. Because majority of people didn't know. They didn't know. How could they know if I wasn't sharing it with them? So I became so hateful and so resentful of people around me, the circumstances around me, and most of all, I hated myself for being so hateful, because deep down, my heart is so pure and so big, and I hated myself because I didn't know what else to do. So I hated the fact that I was hateful, but I just couldn't really stop it because I didn't know what to do. And I tried finding ways to cope with all of these emotions that I had. I tried to find ways. So I would bury myself in work. And then obviously I went to college, right? Because I finished the Leaving Cert and I went to college and I went for a degree. I didn't even want to study English and drama. I mean, I enjoyed drama, like theater and stuff. No wonder, because every day I was putting on a mask and acting, you know. But I went to study a degree in university. And so instead of facing my emotions and instead of, going and get help, and instead of turning my head onto something that will help me, I was trying to cope with it by just putting my head down to books, putting my head down and just working, coping in a way to like escape, watch TV, all this stuff. And over the years, what happened was that I became so numb to feelings and so hateful towards myself because, like I said, as you can tell probably, I have a very big heart. I've always been so loving and caring. And I mean, if I wouldn't be here right now and sharing stories with people and coaching people to help them change their lives, right? But the devil tried to plant this in my head, that I am hateful, that I'm a horrible person. And you know what? And you know what also happened? What led me to believe that I'm a horrible person? Because I went through so much trauma. Since my childhood. There is a lot there. There is a lot there. Because before this, there was a lot more things that happened. And because of all those things, I didn't talk about it. In my house, we were always told to not say anything because we will be taken away. So can you imagine this? So what it led to was that I became very hateful and very, very outspoken. I would share my mind straight away. And as you can see, I am not afraid to talk. And I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. And my family often didn't like it. My family didn't like that I was getting out of my place or something, that I would question the way we operate as a family, that I would question things. They did not like it. They didn't like it. So you know what they would tell me? You're a horrible person, Dominika. They would literally tell me this. You are horrible. Why are you so angry all the time? It's so horrible to be around you. That's what they would tell me. So, over the years, if I started believing, if that's what they believe about me, this is what they're gonna get. Because I didn't see the point of me trying to, be better in their eyes. What was the point? If they had this kind of opinion of me, this was what they were getting from me. And I hated it. I hated myself for it. Because deep down, I wasn't this kind of person. Yes, I'm not afraid to say what has to be said. But I had so much hate and resentment towards them. And I was just adding on to it. And so over the years, I became so hateful. It led me to believe that I am a horrible person, that I am a bad daughter, but that I am a bad sister. And And what it led to was that I was depressed, I had anxiety, it led to multiple health problems, constant headaches, tummy problems, anxiety, not being able to sleep every single night. I mean, for years, I could not sleep at night. I would be going around having only 1 or 2 hours of sleep per night, max, on a good night. On a very good night, I got 2 hours of sleep, which was brilliant, And I was so tormented. I was so tormented. And I was trying to find ways to cope with it. And I was trying to find ways to get out of it. And I could not get out of it. And I was depressed to the point that I had so many suicidal thoughts. I really, really believe that there is not gonna be a way out. But a little part of me was holding on to faith. And a little part of me was believing that I will get out of that place. That little part of me, that tiny, tiny part of me was like, things can change. So I tried looking for things to help me change the situation that I was in. And I would go to books, I would watch videos, I would, read about witchcraft, because apparently maybe this is what would have helped me. None of those things helped me. They only led to worse depression, worse anxiety, worse fear, worse feeling of resentment, worse fearing of hurt, like just worse and worse and worse and worse and worse all the time. All the time. And you know what happened after? What happened after was when I exhausted all of my options. And I mean all of my options that I could see. I could not fix myself by myself. Because no human being would have been able to help me. Not a chance. No human being was gonna be able to help me. And I turned over to God. And I started learning about Him by myself. In my room, to see who He really is. Because so many people misrepresent God, and I used to think that God was sexist. I genuinely used to believe that God was sexist. That God sent women here because He hates us. I mean, that's what the society created us to be, in a way, right? Like, just somebody who is here to serve a man, and that's about it. A woman has to sit down and be quiet and never speak, right? That's what we've been told, many of us, since we were a child. A woman cannot do this, a woman cannot do that. That's not ladylike. A woman cannot speak. A woman has to obey her husband. How dare you? All these rules that the society placed on me, like, I genuinely felt like, especially when people were like, using the Bible to justify their actions, they would be like, women have to be quiet, it says so in the Bible. It's okay, like, it's not okay for a woman to be doing this, it says so in the Bible. I would be like, why on earth would I want to follow a God like that? But you know what I learned? Do you know what I learned? It's not the real God. This is not the real God. All those people that tell you those things, that justify their sexism, all these bad things that they are doing by saying it says so in the Bible, that's not the real Bible. That's not the real God. That's not the real God. How do I know? Because I went out and I studied who He is by myself. And I asked him to reveal himself to me every single day, to show me. I questioned everything what people said. The society said about women, the society said about children, about men, everything. I questioned it all. I said, God, this is what the people are saying. Is this true? Is this really how it is? Have you really created women just to give children? Have you really created women just to be quiet? Is this true? I started questioning everything. And God revealed to me all the answers and the truth. And I was so amazed by who he really is. And you know what? All of the things that I believed about him that were so wrong, that led me to believe that God is hateful and horrible person and someone horrible that he hates you, that he wants to burn you in hell. All those things, they weren't from God. All those people that were saying those things, they don't know who God is. When somebody says to you, God hates you and you're gonna burn in hell, lies. When someone says to you, you will never amount to nothing, lies. When someone says to you, God doesn't love you, lies. When someone says to you, like, a woman can't speak, lies. Lies, lies, lies. When someone says to you, a woman cannot lead, like only men can be real leaders, lies. Lies, lies, lies. All those people just lie. They don't know. They justify their actions. They think they know something. They're liars. That's not who God really is. And you know what? So all of these things that I went through, when I exhausted all of my options, I turned to God. And that was that one night when the next day I was gonna commit suicide. Genuinely, I could not see my future the next day. I prayed to God on the night of 16th of June, 2023. 16th of June, 2023. Yes, I remember the exact date. I prayed to him and I gave my life to him and I said to him, God, I cannot do it by myself. You fix me or take me away. And God physically came to me. I'm not joking. God physically came to me. And he gave me a hug and he took away all of my pain. And he showed me that he is pure love. And he showed me that he always cared about me. And he showed me that he always has loved me. He showed me that he loves everybody. And that he is so, so sad when something bad happens to us. He showed me that he is pure love. He showed me who he really is. And he changed my life. He changed my life. And that's not to say that my life has been super easy afterwards. I still went through different struggles and I still had to heal a lot of parts of me. A lot. But it became so much easier because I learned that I am only human and I have someone to turn to that actually cares. Like nobody else would be able to care. Okay? So, why am I sharing this story with you today? I'm sharing this story with you because if you went through something really traumatic, if you went through something really hurtful, if you went through something really, really hurtful, it doesn't matter what it was. If all you do is just try to escape from it, if all you do is try to just find coping mechanisms, instead of facing it, it can lead to really dark places, to a point that you might not even be here. And life, it's worth living. Life, it's worth living. And I know at the times when you experience something bad, you feel like, who cares? life is not worth living at all. Why would I even want to be here? Who cares? Like, I don't want to be here. I used to feel like this every single day. But look how God changed my life. Look at it. Right now, God changed my life so much that I am here right now on Thursday morning, sharing with you how awesome God is and how much He changed my life and how many beautiful things He had in store for me. When I finally faced my emotions, most importantly, when I finally admitted that I cannot do it by myself. Because that's the thing. We often say to each other, you gotta be strong. That's what most men hear, right? Especially men. You just gotta be strong. That's just life. But you don't gotta be strong in front of God because He cares about you. Doesn't matter how big or small your worry is, He cares about you. And He doesn't mind if you are vulnerable with Him. He doesn't mind. There is no one else on this earth like this. If you go to get help somewhere else, yes, people might hear you out. Yes, people might listen to you. But often they won't. They won't understand to the point that God can. He knows you exactly. He knows how you feel. He knows exactly how you feel. And when I acknowledged Him, and when I acknowledged the fact that I tired all of my options out. I tried everything that I could, except like hard drugs. Because I said, I will never do that. They freak me out. But I tried everything that I could in my power, right? I tried everything to cope. Quick dopamine hits, all this stuff. Education, like businesses, everything. When I acknowledged that there is really something wrong and only God can fix it, because that's the truth. We are all looking. There is a little void inside all of us, and we are all trying to fill it. We try to fill it with a partner. We try to fill it by having a child. We try to fill it by drugs, alcohol. We try to fill it with love, porn. We try to fill it with entertainment. We try to fill it with starting a business. We tried filling it. But only God can fill that void. I'm telling you. We are spiritual beings. And only God can fill that void. So when I acknowledged who God really is and I tried learning about Him, from Him, no one else, I was going straight to the source. Okay? Because you can do that. You don't gotta listen to anybody what they say God is like. Because if they are saying to you stuff that is hateful, just to try to put you towards God, that's not the real God. Let me tell you, that's not the real God. Those people don't know God. And I am so hurt and so sad by the fact that so many people are scarred religiously by all those people that talk bullshit. They talk bullshit. That's all. They don't know who God really is. They don't. So I was questioning it big time. I was questioning it. And the best part is, anybody has access to God like I do. You can just say to God, God, who are you? Show yourself to me. Explain to me this. Explain to me why I went through this. Explain to me why this person did that. He's gonna reveal to you all the answers. He has revealed to me all of them. Anything that I asked Him, He revealed His answers to me. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. He revealed it to me privately. He revealed it to me when I scrolled somewhere and a video answered my question on a random TikTok, you guys. God has ways. God is more powerful than anything. And so if you are going through something really difficult, if you are going through something still from your past, you still have something from your past that you went through, and it hurts you until today. You just cannot let it go. You cannot let it go. It hurts you so much. I would like to encourage you to take a moment and spend some time with God and ask Him to take that pain away. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I can guarantee, I promise you, He's gonna do it. That's the kind of God He really is. So if you go to Him and you say to Him, God, you know I'm struggling with this. It's been years. Please fix it. You fix it. You, not me. You fix it. He's gonna do it for you. He's gonna do it for you. But you have to believe that He will. You have to be like, you have to make that decision. Number one, you have to make that decision that you are gonna give your life over to God, and He will fix it. He will fix it. And you know, look, we in life go through traumas. We in life go through pains, right? And never in my life, I would have thought that I will sit one day and say that everything that happened to me in life was for a reason. Because people don't want to hear this. We don't want to hear it was all for a reason. But I want to say to you, everything that I went through, there was a reason for it. The reason for it was the evil in this world. It wasn't to build character. It wasn't because it was God's will. It wasn't because I deserved that. It was because of the evil in this world. That's why the bad things happen. End of the discussion. That's it. That's why the things happen. But you know what is the beauty of it? What's the beauty in it that I discovered over the years? The beauty of it in this is that God, it's so powerful. He can take anything and turn it all around for the better. Why am I saying this? I went through so many things in my childhood. So many things in my childhood. I went through this sexual assault. I went through visiting my dad in prison. I went through deep anxiety, trauma, depression, suicidal thoughts, all this stuff. But yet, here I am today, and I have the privilege of telling people who God really is. Do you see? Here I sit today and I get to help other people change their lives. I get to sit here, share my wisdom with the world, and that can save somebody's life. That's not playing around. The messages that I share, especially on days like this deep messages like today, because I love business as well and I share business tips too. But I also share these deep messages, and they save lives. So why do you think I am saying here that all of it was for a greater purpose? It wasn't like for a greater purpose, but God turned it all around and can use it for a greater purpose. Does that make sense? So you might be going through something right now and you might feel like there is no way out of that place. I can promise you, there is a way out of that place. You can go and talk to somebody. My inbox is always open. You can text me. I'll be more than happy to give you some words of encouragement if you need it. No problem. I have a whole YouTube channel where I share more messages like this. You're more than welcome to watch them. There's plenty of content online that can help you. But most importantly, there is a God that's available to you 24/7, 365 days a year, every single day, every single second. You can talk to Him whenever you want. It doesn't matter what it's about. And He will change your life and He will help you. He will help you. So suppressing emotions doesn't do you any good. Doesn't do you any good. And I'm not talking here about something like, if you get angry, you should just let this anger out. Because we also have to have the ability to respond. And we also have to know when is the right time to react in certain ways. Okay? So suppressing emotions cannot be confused with having like manners and stuff like that. I made actually a very great video on my YouTube channel. It's called like Ability to Respond. It's one of the episodes on my YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. It's really great. But what I'm talking about is that suppressing emotions just to hide from them, just to ignore them, throw them under the carpet, bring them up to the attic. That's when problems start. That's when problems start. And it creates chaos. And suppressing emotions can also even lead to procrastination and avoidance. Because you feel like, you're suppressing it, but deep down you are actually procrastinating because of the things that you went through. You're not living to your fullest potential. Suppressing emotions can lead to block of creativity and not knowing what your calling is, not knowing what your purpose is, and not taking aligned actions to your calling. It's true. It's 100% true. Because when I used to suppress my emotions, when I was going through all these traumas, I wasn't as creative. I wasn't able to create anything. All I was doing was surviving. I was working these regular shitty jobs just to make the ends meet because I wasn't living to my aligned vision. I wasn't living to my aligned calling from God. I just was surviving. I was on survival mode all the time. And it leads to so much anxiety. Suppressing all these emotions leads to anxiety, leads to hurt, leads to depression. So I would love for you to really look at your life and make the decision to get rid of the traumas that you have. Because you can get rid of them. It's not like you won't remember them, but it will be as if they never even existed. It still might hurt a little, but you will know what your purpose in life is. You will know that there is a way out of it. There is a way out of it. And facing your emotions, honestly, guys, I am going to tell you this. I have it written down, but I am telling you this from my heart. These are from my heart. Genuinely, okay? When you face your emotions, you genuinely have a clearer mind to hear God's guidance. When I allowed God to come and fix me and fix my life, I was able to hear God's voice so much clearer. This intuition that people call it. The intuition that was telling me, go and do this, go and buy this kind of course, go and meet with this kind of person, go and see that person, go and message this person today, send this kind of email today. Genuinely, guys, when you clean your mind from clutter, because this is just clutter, the traumas from the past, everything, this is clutter in your mind. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. When you get rid of them, you will be able to hear God's guidance much, much clearer. You will be able to hear your intuition much better, and you will know exactly what next steps you need to take to change your life, to change your business, all of it. It relates to all of it. It's so deep. It's all spiritual, guys. And also it leads to peace, most importantly. It leads to peace. It leads to so much peace. Because if all you do is experience anxiety, depression, and hurt, that's not a way to live. And 100%, like, there genuinely is a way out of there. All you gotta do is make that decision. It's up to you. The help is available. God is always there for you. You just have to make that decision. You just have to make that decision. So I would like to ask you to have a think about what feelings are you avoiding right now? What things that are there at the back of your mind, there in the attic, you know, when you go little steps of your mind, what's that thing that you're avoiding? Because majority of the times that thing that you're avoiding is the thing that's holding you back. Is the thing that makes you feel like you don't know what you want out of life, that you don't know what your purpose is. Once you figure out what's that thing, you are gonna change your life and you are gonna go places. Your business is gonna grow. It's gonna lead to so many things. I mean it. Like, I mean it. I am standing on business right now. You know what I mean? And I know that there is a reason why you came across my video today. God wanted you to hear this. God wanted you to hear this. So reach out to Him. Give out to Him if you need to. Give out to Him. He can handle it. He is God, okay? And most importantly, make the decision to give your life over to Him so that He can change your life. Because life is difficult. But with a God by your side, I'm telling you guys, this is how you achieve things in life. This is how you live your life to the fullest. And I'm literally sitting here today. I'm not talking about this stuff because of business. I'm not talking about this because I want to sell you something. I'm talking about this because I genuinely want to help you. And this stuff changed my life. Like, Jesus changed my life. So why would I not share it? I'm genuinely sharing it with you as a friend. And I just want to encourage you to know that I get it, you suffered. I understand you went through things, but it's only a matter of time until it all turns around. I promise you. Have faith. Hold on a little bit longer. Things are about to change for you. 365 degrees. 365 degrees. Not 360, 365 degrees. So, all around, plus a little bit more. But genuinely speaking, I do really care about every single one of you. And I appreciate you all so much. You're an amazing person. You guys are amazing. You guys are so capable. And I just wish you all the glory, all the blessings, everything upon your life. I pray these things over you. And I know that things will turn around for you. Just make that decision. That decision is up to you. And when you make that decision, it will be the best decision you make in your life. I promise you. I promise you. It will be the best decision you make. Because it's the best decision I made for me and my life. It is. I think I'm complete for today. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm so grateful for every single one of you who listened. If you feel like you know anybody who would benefit from this video, please share it with them. Tag them below if you want, or just share it privately, or share it on your public profile so people can find it. Because these things are life-changing and I really want to help people. So I would love this if you shared it. Thank you everybody so much for watching my video. I truly appreciate you. Tomorrow we have Freedom Friday and I'll be talking about the fact that making money online, it's 100% possible. So this is going to be a really fun topic. It's going to be encouragement. It's going to be motivation. So I am really excited for it. But I want to say just before I go, do take the time now to think about everything that I said. And if you need to, go back to this video and watch it more than once. Because repetition is the key for something to click. repetition is the key. So sometimes you might need to listen to something a few times, and that's totally fine. And like I always say, like if you're a very busy individual, you can play me in the background as you're cooking, walking, cleaning, no problem. I respect you either way. But do take this message with you and really, really consider what I said, because this is life-changing. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow when we have Freedom Friday. Bye-bye.